Hey, what's up guys? It's me, I'm playing games. You wanna watch me play a game? Have you heard of this game? This game is Rogue Tower, a game by A.R. Mason. It's been around for ages, I don't know when it came out, but played it back in the day. I think it's pretty interesting. Maybe some people haven't seen it before. It's also quite cheap on Steam. So let's have a crack, see what it's about. Right, so it's a randomly generated tower defense game. So you can see basically each round you expand in a particular direction and it creates the path that keeps expanding. You've got these little houses here. You only start off with one type of tower, which is the ballista in this case, and you can put them down like this. You've got these little houses. This house is protected by one tower. It will gift you 1 gold per round, so that's a little bit of an investment if you put some towers near the houses at the start. It will cost you at the start, but you'll make that money back and eventually make a profit from it. So that is exactly what I'm going to do. And then we'll have a crack. It's RNG, big RNG game. You see each round you succeed, you get a choice. You've got different types of towers. I'm just going to play this in the way that I play it normally, which is I love shredders. Shredders are really good. And I'm just going to keep seeing. Keep making that money. What do we got here? Well, let's increase our bleed. So instead of doing 26 bleed per second, we'll do 50. And that is what the shredders do. Shredders do bleed damage, and each of the types of damage has a different specialty. You've got health, armor, and shield, and each tower is going to do something particularly well against one of those. As you can see, the ballistas at the start, they are stronger against health, not as good against armor and shields. Here we go, here's a good one. So we're going to make more money per death, but we'll take more damage. I don't plan to be taking any damage, so I always go for that. You can also see each time you build a tower, so our ballista, for example, it's 235 right now. If I build one, next one will be 250. So each time you build one, the price goes up. So you've got to diversify a little bit. But you can get your money back at any time, full money. The only downside to that is your towers do get experience over time. None of these have leveled up yet, but they will get stronger as they go. Got another house here. We're having no issues killing things, so I'm just going to keep on making those investments, try and get long-term money. Alright, I do not have enough gold to make a blister. Flamethrower, one of our ones that specializes in killing armor. Definitely want to invest in that. Big fan of flamethrowers and the poison ones. While we're not, you can see these yellow health bars on the enemies now. That is armor. So you can see it's doing much less damage when it's hitting those. I'm still not too worried. Or am I? Or am I? Okay, fingers crossed, fingers crossed. Okay, we got there in the end. Well, I'm just going to keep increasing the bleed for now. We don't have anything that bleeds, but as soon as we get 500 gold, I think I'm going to do that. This is one of those maps where you really want to create locations where, as you can see, the paths are going to start branching off, and that's all random. You want to create locations where you're getting your towers can double dip. So maybe you're hitting it at one point, and then they'll run around, they'll come around again, your towers can hit them again. Getting a little bit worried here. Oh, they can run fast as well. I think we're okay here, but just to be safe. Turns out that wasn't needed. We're just going to sell that and put it somewhere better. Flamethrowers gain 50% burn. Not going to say no to that. So what am I going to do? I am going to expand here. I'm hoping this kind of loops back around and we get a double dip. Not yet though. It's a good spot for this one. Just put it here. Probably too late to get much use out of it, but thing with the, what are these called, the shredders, when they hit someone it goes backwards, and it goes all the way backwards. Probably still in a bit of danger here. Let's just make sure we're going to be okay. Flamethrowers put a damage over time effect, and again they're very good against armor. Nothing here in particular I really want here. I'm just going to get the siphon for mana, which is going to be extremely important later. Things like the ballista, we've got up here we've got tower health and we have mana. The ballistas and real basic towers don't need mana. The shredder doesn't need mana, but stuff like the flamethrower does. Another thing is you can select the priority that your towers are going to hit. So this being specialized at killing things that are armored, I want it to attack whatever has the most armor. By default, it'll always be whatever's the furthest along. Let's just continue to see. Okay. So it looks like both these are going to go sort of top right. If they go along with each other, that would be perfect, and I can put a line of towers down the middle. Got another little house here. Oh, we had a house to begin with. Real scummy with extra gold over time. Get Tesla. Actually, let's go more bleed. Max bleed, burn, and poison. Well, those are the three big ones that I'm going to be going for here, so big fan of that. With these little houses, the towers have to be on the same level. So this is a +1 elevation. That won't affect the house because it's on the bottom, so you could say, hey, these ballistas are starting to cost a lot of money, but I'm not too fussed. And there is our poison sprayer. So that's our holy trinity: shredder, flamethrower, and poison sprayer. I'm very happy to have those early. So I'm thinking this is going to be our first choke point here. So we've already got one of those there, and now we have our poison sprayer there. I'm going to make sure that's targeting things which have shields, which we don't have any shield enemies yet, but they'll be coming soon enough. Oh, this is branched out very early to 3 ways, which also means we're getting, I believe, 3 times the amount of enemies, so it's a little bit worrying, but we could still try and make this our massive choke point. Let's see, our mana is slowly ticking down, but not enough to worry about yet. So we're just going to keep going as we are. Poison sprayers gain 50% poison damage. I like the sound of that. And we're going to open this up. We're always trying to make paths go close to each other and try and double dip. Getting a lot of money here. Keep putting towers on those houses. What you want to do is you want to hopefully stagger the timings that the enemies come in. If you stagger them, you're getting multiple uses out of the same towers, basically. Let's see. Different towers have different ranges. I'm pretty happy with that. Starting to get these enemies that when they die they explode into lots of smaller enemies. And that could definitely... That's basically the counter to my big choke point, because we might kill that and the little ones get through. We got more gold. Doesn't matter about making these stronger. If we're making more gold early on, we're going to be thankful for that later. And What am I gonna do? How big is this range? That's pretty good. So we can hit multiple ways by having that there. You can see the fire and the poison, they come in a straight line. You want to try and not have them spinning around, and let's say it was right here, for example, and it's trying to hit something here, it's creating a line across there. Much less AoE. You want to try and, let's say, oops, have it here and like aiming aiming lengthways at the way they're coming or the way they're going. It's good options here. I am going to continue to take more gold. Earlier I get that, the better it will pay off. And let's continue to see how these lines go. These lines that are staying parallel to each other. I'm liking that. Creating more positions where we could start putting towers that can hit multiple places. Put another flamethrower poison combination here. So I'm hoping these can double dip on both of the ways coming in. I'm not really too sure which one of these. I'm just gonna, let's go Shredder Armor. It's all sort of the same. I don't think any of those were particularly better than the others. Let's continue to see our luck. Okay, so that's going to be into that. We're going to be going off this way with these two lines and this way with these two lines. So this island hopefully is going to be our big choke point. Again, we're trying to, as we're lengthening these paths, we're trying to stagger the time that they're reaching our choke point. Getting lots of money. Let's get Tesla coil. Pretty good. They're pretty cheap. Small range AoE, but so I put one here, for example. Well, it's a little bit hard to see the circle, but that will be hitting pretty much everything coming through here. Everything. It's slow firing, but look, if you can get them in good positions, like this would be another good position, where it's just going to be hitting everything that's coming through this choke. They can do work over time. So and we have our first boss. I am going to really try and get some work in on this, because that is another weakness to the choke point. It's bosses. So I'm probably going to demolish some of these later. I'm just, well, quite worried about this, to be honest. He's slowly starting to go down now. Even Ballista, so Ballista, he's got a buttload of health. Ballistas are pretty strong against things with health. It's another thing, you can see we've got a lot of AoE on here. Now there's nearly 2,000 damage of fire and poison there. That if those numbers never reach 0, that means that's damage that's never dealt. So you can see here, for example, flamethrowers gain plus 50% burn. Well, that's good, but if that damage is never actually popping off, then it's wasted damage. But we're going to take it anyway, because there are ways to improve how quickly that damage comes out. Kill bosses, you get treasures, which is another chance for items, or upgrades I should say. I'm going to just stick with the Trinity here, the Holy Trinity. I'm going to keep strengthening those. You know what? Those can stay there. This will be the only one I'll remove. I feel like if it's in the middle there, it's just going to keep fanning around and not doing the best it could be doing for AoE. Whereas I could put it... where could I put you that would be a little bit better? You know what? Let's just play it out and see how we go. Continuing to have this line. See, we're starting to get enemies with shields now. That's the purple. Good spots for these Tesla coils is anywhere where something has to go around, like there. I'm a little... I'm trying to keep in mind I don't want to strengthen this way too much, because you could put all your towers on this way and then something really strong will come down this one path and stuff us up. Like it nearly is here. I think we're going to be okay. Yeah, that shows over-investing in one particular way can be very bad. I think these towers are going to get that. Oh, you can see we are out of mana because we built too many towers. So that's where these mana siphons come in. So that is gathering 1 mana per second from this square, and you just want to put these all next to them. More mana per second means more towers we can be running at the same time. Or you get things like this, regenerate 1% of your mana per second. Let's just grab that. I'm going to continue to chuck these down. As you can see, the mana siphon is one of the things that doesn't go up in price as you put it down. That, I'm pretty confident is going to see us to be pretty comfortable for quite a while. You can see we're trying to... This one will come in first, then this one will hit... Well, actually, this path and this path are probably going to be hitting at the same time, so I've done a bad job staggering that. We'll want to lengthen one of these after. You know what I need? I need more shredders. I am a big shredder fan. Let's put it there. That's hitting a lot of different things. I don't know if that's going to quite reach there. Probably not. Oh, I didn't notice, but we've got a boss here, which is getting dangerously close. Never be afraid to chuck a tower and then just sell it back afterwards to ensure... Maybe that was a mini boss who didn't drop a treasure. Our mana's still a little bit low, but I think that's good enough. And now let's keep increasing how much damage we're doing. I'm just going to go that way. It's the end of our marriage between these two paths that's splitting off. Let's check one down here as well. See how much work these shredders do. What we're looking for here is any weaknesses. Right now, we're looking good. I'm a little bit worried about this pathway just because it's really only got this hub here. If it can get by there, it's got a pretty free run in. This lane is looking pretty good. We're not having any issues over here. Poison enemies also slows them by 5% of poison gain. I'm happy with that. I actually was kind of hoping I would have the slowing tower itself by now, but we don't, so I'm just going to grab that one. Let's create... It's not the best way, because like I said, we don't want these to be aiming left and right. We want them to be pointing down, but let's just do it until we get something something else that I'd want to put down there. Lots of gold, no reason not to just chuck a few more towers on these little houses. It'll make a tiny difference in the end, but what can I say? I like passive income. Just going to expand this one. Give us more time, more warning if there's something big coming in here, like a William exclamation mark here. He has a shitload of armor. Luckily we just put this fire tower down. That should switch to William as soon as he's in range because it's set to target whatever has the most armor, and I am very worried. Problem is, putting more fire towers isn't going to do much when that, that damage over time just ain't, it ain't finishing. Like, that's 5,000 damage left on him when he dies that just didn't go out. So you can see a problem starting to form with this particular strategy. Again, there is a solution to it if we can get there, but we shall see. Fingers crossed for now. I'm going to... yeah, more burn. Again, like, that's counter to what I just said, but I'm playing the long game here. How big's this range on the Tesla coil? Not quite hitting everything. If I put it here, will it? Looks a bit better. A mana. The mana still hasn't gone all the way up, so let's put a few more siphons down. Now, it may seem like we have more mana cubes than we need at the start, but we will definitely hit a point where we've run out. We need more. We're definitely not at that point yet, though. Alright. Let's see how we're going here. No bosses or mini bosses, so I don't expect to have much trouble with this particular lane. This stage, level 20. This big even number like level 20, you'd think there'd be some kind of boss. So it might be a bit hard to tell, but these guys are getting slowed slightly. What was that bonus we got to the poison before? I can't even tell if they are getting slowed. I'm going to take the word of the card, though. Burning enemies burn faster based on how much slow they have. So you can see we're starting to get those things which increase the rate that these damage over time effects get applied. And I'm going to take that. Even though we don't have much effective slows, I really want that for later. Okay, so we've got our first dead end here. Next time, that's got nowhere to go. And it means we've got a pretty effective choke point here as well, where you're getting 1, 2, 3 for sure, different angles. Be a pretty good spot, and so this side I did see is doing okay. We got to make sure we're not forgetting to help that side. We could put a little baby one here. It's not really getting it's not much of a loop to take advantage of that, but you know, what else am I going to put there? Okay, I am going to take the trees now have a chance to drop upgrade cards when chopped. So these trees on the map, we can chop them down. We'll get a bit of money and a 21% chance to drop a card. Now I know that number's going to go up over time, so I'm not going to chop any trees down. Unfortunately, we actually don't have many trees on this map, so maybe that was a bit of a mistake, but I can live with that mistake. Here's our first dead end. You can see our mana problems seem to have gone away. Really want a proper slowing tower. Unluckily, not yet. I always think to myself I want more shredders, but just say we've got so many here, keeping in mind that when they hit something in the front, it's just going to go all the way back and hit everything behind it. So having the majority of your shredders up the back is not a bad idea. But the longer these paths go, we want to be making sure that these guys are copying these damage over time towers pretty much the whole way through. So what am I going to do? Check one there. I was kind of hoping that was going to reach the other side, so I'm going to replace that. Let's increase our poison. We've got level 3 fire increase, so let's just keep doing, keep them kind of even. So where do I want to put this shredder? How about there? Yeah. I don't like it. Good enough. Okay. This is probably the point that's reaching there the first, so we'll expand there. Got a nice little tower here. This is like basically artificial mountains here. You get nice +3s there. Unfortunately, though, the further out it goes, I really like having my towers having opportunities to hit everything. We're starting to get a little bit out of the way there. See, that boss is nearly making its way through, or mini boss. However, it did not. We are safe. Our mana is low. So we're putting in more mana siphons. Is this on a +1? It is. That's all of our mana cubes, or mana crystals. As of this moment, there's no way for us to increase our mana per second, but fingers crossed we get an opportunity to get more later. Increases rate, which slows effect burn speed, so that's again trying to go for that strategy where our fire, all of our damage over time effects are going to be applying faster. Let's just see where we go. Oh, it's looping back. So I'm really liking, although we have so many different paths, they're all somewhat going in the same direction. Also got 8,000 gold. We've got a lot of money. Lots of money, which we really should be trying to spend. Top lane over here still doing okay. Let's go fire poison. If you don't like applying the priority every time, what you can do is you can press E to paste. And then you can just pasted the wrong thing. Got to copy first, of course. Let's take the mortar. Some of these are much more high-tech ones, but they cost a lot of mana. That maybe for another run we'll go for more high-tech buildings. I'm going to stick with the lower ones. the good thing about the mortar, although I don't always build it, has really large range. So you can see we could build a whole buttload of these. And they're going to be hitting a lot of real estate. They are also good against armor, more so than shields. And that's what I'm going to do. I am going to paste on. Tell them I want you to target the thing, whatever has the most armor. How's that? Yeah, not too bad. Still good. So you didn't put it saying this side was getting a little bit out of the way. Still not perfect. Be nice if it could hit that side as well, but this is quite a central spot. You'd really want to put your mortars somewhere a little bit further out of the way and keep your sort of lower range things right in the thick of it. Let's go this one. Oh, we have a boss. I am going to get some early damage on it. And as soon as he can't hit it, I am selling. This could be a real issue. See, the poison's working like a charm. We're barely keeping the damage over time portion of it on there. Which is a shame because the poison in stacks are what's slowing it. Which means we're not slowing it, which means the fire damage over time is not increasing. Well, that isn't what I wanted to put down. Feeling pretty confident that we have it. But you never know. And where do all these little fellas come from? That's not good. Oh my. Alright, we are going to take our time after this wave and really clean up whatever we have here. I think we're okay here. Ooh, very close. Every enemy killed grants 1% mana. That's going to be big later on when we're having mana issues. Attacks against bleeding enemies have 5% crit chance. I like that. Which means we want to try and make sure we have a bleed on everything. Which we currently probably don't. Because we grouped up our shredders so much. Shredders gain 50% bleed. Yep. Looks good. So what else did we put down in a panic? Got a lot of poison towers down now. Let's find our level 1s. Whatever's level 1 is probably something that we just put down. Or all of the level 1s that I put down have already leveled up to level 2. So maybe we'll just leave them. But yeah, like I was saying, we want to start putting bleeds on early or earlier. Yeah, that can hit there. We're not getting one up here. Let's do that. Not enough gold. It's interesting what's going to happen here. These seem to be converging. Could have another dead end soon. Level 26, the music has changed. Oh yeah, they're feeling the heat now. Yeah, that's definitely worrying. Let's put another fire there. We are doing enough, but just enough. You can see the benefit of staggering again. These towers here were all focused on the northern one, and once they finished coming through, they had the time to focus on the path below. We are going to take more mana, because I saw my mana's dipping again. More towers we buy, the more that's going to strain on the mana. We don't want that. Ah, that's a shame. It's just gone off to the side. Was kind of hoping that would be another dead-end path. Oh, here we go. This is big trouble. Tell you what's really biting us in the bum here is that lack of a strong slow. We really need that slow tower. Very unlucky that we haven't got it yet. As you can see, pretty much everything here has a bleed on it. And that card we took earlier, everything that has a bleed, plus 5% chance to crit. That is what we want. Okay, this is looking safe. I'm not going to go into any of these big ones, so let's just start increasing what we already have. So that's going to do... It's not just +1 damage either, it's... I'll explain it after this. I'm going to go with University here, so that's an early investment we want to do. So when it says +1 damage to something, so for example, it's not... let's say it was +1 health, it wouldn't be 132 health. It would then be 12 here. So what's that, 12 times? Something like that. Anyway, it would be more than 1 damage. University, so this is what we're looking for universities. It's an occult shrine. What this does is, has a chance to overall increase the damage something does to something in particular. So for example, I'm going to pay some money. Let's see. Let's go to that. We have a 10% chance every round of giving every tower we have +1 to health. Now 10% chance every round probably isn't going to do much, so I'm going to invest a bit more. This is always dangerous, you don't want to send yourself broke. Let's go here, I'm a little bit worried about this lane. Here is another one. So we're going to make that our health tower. Let's make this our armor tower. Get that to 20% when we have the money. Now from memory, level 30 was kind of like the soft finish to the game. It does continue on after that, but 30 was kind of like that original, okay, you've done it, do you want to continue? This is level 28, so we're getting close. We have had a few scares. There's a couple of times where I wasn't too sure if we were going to make it, but so 30 is our goal here. And we're managing that with no issues. Oops. Not having any mana issues. Let's just continue to get... oh, do we want crit? Let's just go more mana for now. More mana, more towers. And I'm going to go this way. Oh, there's a very fast boy. Jesus Christ. Got him though. Scary. Everything's working out alright here. No issues. Guess we could put a few more mortar towers in. Somewhere like that, maybe. Here we go. We finally have our slowing tower. The range on it's quite similar to the Tesla coil. It's a very small range, but it's got that small circle. Actually, I actually can't remember if it slows everything. We're about to find out though. So we want these in all of our most valuable choke points. This might be able to slow both sides. We'll find out. Where else do we want it? Yeah, that'd be a good spot. It's going to slow both. More slows. Actually, that's sending us broke. We're getting a bit too frost happy there. Let's go this way for a change. Straight away, I see that blue cube. I take. Let's see how much this slow helps. So it's not just the slow; it is that the flame, the burn, is going to be much improved if these things are slowed. That's the combination we're looking for. Oh, this is level 30. Don't see any big bosses. So we're having mana problems again. Will that work? It does. So what that tells me is, until we find ways to get more mana, we probably don't want to be investing in these mana-hungry towers anymore. Which means we're going to be sticking to ballistas, shredders, and mortar. I don't think mortar costs mana either. Yeah, so 3 mana per shot for the fire, 0 for the mortar. We're going to increase our poison spray damage here. Okay. Let's just keep seeing where we're going up here. I see another location. This is a 3-pronged university spot. That is a good early investment. Trying to get an even 20% chance in multiple locations, and then hopefully you just keep building more and more of these. Oh, here's our boss, Mr. QWERTY. That is a lot of poison damage. And no fire on there, so that means all that fire damage that we had too much of before, too much burn, that slow has done the trick. That burn is getting applied almost instantly. Yeah, poison. We need to find a way to get the poison to apply quicker as well. If we can do that, I think we're looking good. well, let's just continue. Our burn is off the charts right now, so we're going to increase that again. And we're going to funnel our money, as long as it doesn't kill us, into the universities now. So right now we've got a 20% armor chance, 20% health chance, and a 20% shield chance, or magic. So we've got the 3, so I'm going to just start over again now. Let's get a 20% health. Not quite enough. Yeah, the danger here is you put too much money into these universities. Suddenly you haven't built any new towers for a bit. New wave comes in and absolutely destroys you. Our mana is again an issue. I think we are safe for now. No dramas. Go back to investing. One more tick, come on. We have another option to increase the burn. Burn per second. Now, right now we're burning things so quickly that we can't keep the burn on there, which means this one isn't quite as strong as it could be. So I am going to increase the poison with the hope that we find something later on which will help the poison tick faster. We haven't been down in this corner for a while. Let's pay this a visit again. 20% chance on all of those. Happy with that. Because we're having those mana issues, let's continue to put more mortar towers in. And I'm trying to put those in locations where they can hit every lane. We haven't done the best job at staggering the timings that all of these things hit. But, you know, at some point, it's a little bit out of your control. I do see we have a boss here. I do see it has a shitload of armor. So even though we might not quite have the mana to deal with this, I'm going to hope, we can put more fire on this thing. Fire, of course, being strong against armor. And we're going to get it. All flamethrowers gain 50% burn. I'm taking it. So at this stage, our flamethrowers really are carrying our damage. And I would like the poison to catch up to that. We shall see, though. Oh. Mana crystal. Taking that immediately. It's 4 more mana per second. One thing I haven't thought about in a little while is placements for the slowing towers. Probably a good spot here. Slow them down a little bit more. Otherwise, I think we're looking pretty good. I guess we could put one here. The mana issues continue, but we are holding out. Got that tree chopper card earlier. It was like 20%, now it's 30%. Not ready to chop those trees yet. Jeez, the ones down this lane are nearly getting through. All universities gain 3% bonus to all research. I'm liking that. Again, long-term investment. So now that's a 2333. So you can see this is our university symbol. We're getting a +3. Every tower gets +3 to health, 2 to armor, 1 to shields. This is getting 13 to health. So these flame towers are now just as good against health as they are against armor. Because of that. Probably some other things. So again, we don't want to invest too much more into anything that uses mana. What we can really do is continue to put down mortar towers. I guess we could put some ballista. Ballista being like the most basic of the basic towers. Try and put them somewhere that they're going to be able to hit everything that comes through. So, continue. We always seem to have trouble in this lane, so let's continue to have this one grow. Oh, another university. It's time to get greedy. Okay, so we need a shield one. Try and zoom out so we can still see what's going on here. And we are back to starting again. Health. We've got a fast moving boss down here. No, we're gonna get him. We're gonna get him. His little friends though. We're leaking, we're leaking. Oh boy. We have our first leaks. That has taken pretty much half health of our tower. Not happy about that, but what can you do? Did I just put that down? Oh, they are still coming. Where are these little fast ones coming from? That's what I want to know. Oh good, we've got another big boy here. He's got 21,000 poison damage on him that just isn't going anywhere. So that is a problem we have to fix. Let's open this treasure chest. 5% chance now on the research breakthrough on the universities. Okay, so we're still okay, but we're definitely seeing signs the end might be near. You know, let's just go for the crit. I don't know if it I don't know if these kind of like fire poisons, if they can even crit, since they're mostly damage over time, but let's find out. I'm still not going to invest in these. Let's go more damage to health for the flames, and +2 damage to health for flames. So we were investing in these. 23 magic. 23 health. Now we're down to armor, sorry. We're going to run out of money on that. That's fine. And now we're getting a bunch of houses. I think it's probably a little bit too late to invest in those. to put towers down on them. One other thing with these universities, over time, we might already be there, but these numbers are going to slowly reduce, and there's nothing we can do about that. So that's why it's an early investment. The earlier you can get them down, the more use you can get out of them, because eventually they will stop being, they'll stop giving you anything. Mana continues to potentially be our issue. We're getting right down there. No mana means some of these towers are potentially not firing. Yeah, we got him. And we don't want that. We want all of our towers being able to fire. So, if we are able to beat this round, which I think we will, we are looking for ways to increase the rate that we're getting mana back. Every enemy killed generates 1 mana. That's exactly what we talked about. Let's just make sure. Oh, it's very tempting to increase the university, but like I said, mana is our issue. Oh, didn't even see that we had this. There's an extra 3 mana per second. And there's a yucky boss. Let's try and get some poison dots on him early. Everything else seems to be doing okay. This guy is my concern. The lower path is slowly making its way through, but it's looking safe enough. Yeah, if we just consider, is this safe? We're not being able to keep any flame damage on it. So that is exactly what we're going to do here. Even though they're not the best against shields. Okay, that's enough. He's got a fair chunk of burn damage on him there. Yeah, we've got it. Increase the rate that slows affect burn speeds. We really want the similar sort of thing, but for poisons. However, I think getting the mana bank right now. So mana banks cost 500 gold, but they both increase the maximum mana and the mana you get per second. So let's put another one in. So that went up by 2. So not quite as cost effective as having the mana siphons, but you can put as many down as you want. So that's very key to our continued growth. And open the treasure. This is the other one we were thinking about getting. We are going to struggle big time to keep fire damage on these enemies. Okay, we're still at 23, so this actually isn't reducing. Let's just see how this goes. We'll keep running this path out. I could probably put a slow here, since they are copying quite a bit at the start. Keep them in that damage area for a little bit longer. Mana is slowly going down. We have 11,000 gold. No reason not to invest. Yeah, so once all of our lanes are firing at the same time, you can see we are having mana problems. %38 chance on the tree. So gold is definitely still not an issue. Right now we're looking at the prices of our towers to sort of give us an indication of what we should be building. So flame towers, Tesla. I mean, Tesla's fair enough. Let's just find some good spots where they're going to be hitting a lot of things. Where else? These guys taking their time. Okay. Hey, let's go +2 to shields on shredders, just because it's the biggest number, biggest increase. Yeah, we did say we're going to continue to see where this one goes. We do have a boss here. Again, has it's a lot of shield on it, so we're going to try and whittle that down a little bit. And we are going to sell them as they stop hitting the boss. Really should be keeping my eye down here as well. It's looking like everything is okay though. These poisons are definitely putting in work. It's like what? A quarter of his health gone already? Before he's gotten to many of our big choke points. I'm happy with that. He's still trucking along. And boom. Level are we? Level 39. Okay, this is a card I've been waiting for. Double the chance the tree drop cards. Even though, again, it's probably a bad map to be doing this because we don't have many trees. But since I went into it early, I am going to continue. So now if we chop this tree down, it's a 78% chance of getting a card. And a card is what we just got. So opening this, these are cards. You know what, a tower might not be bad. Bosses do kind of feel like they're our weakness. And what this does is it targets a particular enemy, you can tell it what, and then everything that hits that enemy will do more damage. With a pretty decent radius on it. In fact, we could position that a bit better, I think. Really want to put it there. We're kind of missing out a little bit there, but whatever. We can also put more than one. So rather than progress, let's just put whatever has the most health. So the boss might have high shields, might have high armor, but it will generally also always be the thing that has the most health And that's what we're doing. So this should increase all damage done to whatever it's targeting by that. At least that's how I think it works. It could be totally wrong. How big's that radius? Eh, not bad. I'd really want it to be... Actually, hang on. What's this? That's a shredder. Level 9 shredder. I don't want to get rid of that. Good enough. 15,000 gold. Do I want to invest a little bit more before we... hang on, do I have... multiple frost towers there? That was a bit of a mistake. I'm sort of getting to that point where I actually do want to start getting some of the better, not better, but high cost, high range towers. So right now our only real high range tower is the mortar. I guess we could continue to build those. That's really getting access to the majority of the map. But yeah, we're kind of running out of room in the choke point. Not running out of room, but I want to be hitting things more often. So maybe we start putting things a little bit more strategically around. Little choke points. So... one there. We probably want something, I don't know. Maybe it's not elevated ground here, but at least it's hitting. You know, let's save our money. Let's see what happens. Continuing to get discoveries from our universities. +6, +5, +3. Yeah, this thing feels like it's really going undisturbed the majority of the way. Let's put a stop to that. And the frost tower there as well. Mana is still okay. I'm very interested to see the damage breakup. At the end, once you lose, it'll give you a damage breakup of your towers. I'm really interested to see what's been doing the most. I assume it is the flame towers because of how much luck we had in getting things that increase their damage. But you know, there's other things like the Tesla coils. I always saw people... I did a little bit of research. People were saying the Tesla coils were really good. I've never been a massive fan of them, so we'll see if they've been doing work or not. Yeah, one thing we haven't put down in a very long time is a shredder. We want things to have bleeds on them for as long as we can. So maybe that's what I should be doing. And, of course, they don't require mana. Let's put a lookout tower now. It's a little bit of a waste. What's that? Yeah, that's good. Most health. tossing up between these two. If we consider that everything on the map is going to have a poison on it, that means every tower that we have is doing +1 shield damage to it. I think we've kind of solved our mana issues, and we can always build more mana banks if we need it, so I'm going to go that. Feels like we're starting to wait for this to arrive, so let's go a different way this time. Wonder how big this range is. Yeah. Oh, nearly. It's nearly getting multiple. What if I put it up here? Yeah, not quite. Not quite. Do we have any bosses? We do have SG1. Stargate SG1. Let's... Most health, most health. Just start chipping away at that. Looks like we're still doing fine down here. Still good. Still good. Yeah, we're going to continue to sell these as they can't hit the boss anymore. I know they're leveling up. I know they're level 2, but I don't think these are ideal placements, and they're just going to eat up mana later on. I wonder, would a mortar reach there? It would. It's not a bad spot. Should be double dipping or triple dipping even. Even there. We've found a new location to put a few towers. It's probably... yeah, that still reaches. Looking for another good spot to put a lookout tower. Somewhere that we're going to have a boss going through and they're going to be taking damage. So maybe... no, we've got one right there. Maybe we'll hold off on that for now. Let's keep that burn going on there. I think it's very easy to perhaps kill a boss of some kind off screen. You don't realize you're doing it. Have a little treasure chest hidden on your pathway that you don't notice. That's what I'm looking for now. More mana. Let's increase the bleed. And we don't need that there. Okay, so we're finally hitting a point where this path is going to end eventually. And that looping back in is going to make these even better. Quite happy with that. You know what, let's go on a bit of a mortar spending spree here. $10,000 gold. Again, these are not going to worry us with for mana. So we can put down as many as we want. The only limit to how many mortars we can have is how much money do we have. Do I think they're the best sort of like damage per second tower? Probably not. But they do have that big range. So these towers, for example, doing stuff all right now, but if there's a mortar over here, that could be hitting these things still. Let's also make sure we have shredders. Keep forgetting that. Let's put a shredder on each of our little outposts here. Oh, we ended up keeping that there. You know what? Let's continue the Holy Trinity. I must say, when I started recording this, I did not think that I'd be making it this far. I've not played this in a very long time. What will be next? What have we got in our towers? 84% chance to get a card. I'm not sure, it might be able to go higher, but hey, let's just do it. Let's chop them down, see if we get anything. 84% chance, no. There we go, we got one. Oh, this is not it though. Damaged health. I'm liking that. Both of these are good, but I actually was looking for something with a really long range, and the particle cannon is very long range. Also very costly, also very mana hungry. It's not good against AoE, but it is good against single targets. Now look at that range. It is naturally strongest against shields. However, because we've got all these other bonuses, it's brought it up. So let's just put it on. This will be one of our boss killers. So if there is a boss in this circle, it should be attacking that. Let's open this chest. Vampire Lair. Probably too late to really invest in that. So let's go. Increase that. How many more trees do we have? Let's chop them down. Here we go, another one. 50% more bleed. Here's another tree. Oh, that's unlucky. Two of them we didn't get anything from. Do we have any other trees? Doesn't look like it. That's a shame. Okay, so particle cannon. It's another good spot. We don't want to go too crazy on these. Make sure that we're not going to send ourselves mana broke. We also want to make sure we're putting them on really high spots that are maximizing how many places it can hit. Not a big fan of this spot, but maybe it'll be... I guess nothing's really getting hit here. Maybe this could be hitting bosses early. It's not affecting our mana too much. So, oh, look at this. It's got hardly any health, so they're actually not going for it. So we need to change this to no shield. Here we go, now they're starting to hit it. Oh god, that's not good, it can teleport. Mana is still going strong, so we can continue to put more of these. Looking for some good +3 spots. We've killed the boss. Very happy with that. Oh, that's very good. That can hit pretty much everywhere. I don't anticipate more bosses to trick us like that, where it had basically no health. So I'm going to put these back to hit whatever has the most health. Where can we do with some more shredders? Keep applying those bleeds. How about there? Do with some fire in this spot. Liking that. Doing very well. Are our universities taking a hit? They're still not. Still not. They haven't reduced. I can't remember what level it is they stop. They start losing effectiveness. But it ain't yet, so I'm going to do a little bit more investment. Let's get each of our universities up to 25%. I mean, I'm liking this +3 to shield. Then again, this... I mean, that's only really be good against bosses. Let's just do it. So our shredders are going to become very good against shields. Where's a shredder? Yeah, look at that. It's catching up to the armor. Of course, it's always going to be best in health. You know what? Considering how many mortars we have, it's probably too late to invest in vampire towers. Let's go mortars. Let's go this way. Alright, we are starting to hit the end. Not a massive fan of this location, but hey, what else am I going to put there? Nothing else. Mana's holding out, at least for now. We don't have all of our towers engaged. Oh yeah, I could look into some more slows. Especially now that we're hitting more locations at once. Slows would be great. We've already got some pretty good coverage on slows. Mana is finally taking a bit of a hit. Which means we're going to build a few more mana banks. Let's get it to an even plus 100. As you can see, especially it's all these particle cannons in combination with those. How much do they take? They take 10 mana per shot, so assuming that they are firing throughout the fight, that's a lot of mana we're losing. There's no point having these big weapons if we can't use them. They're like making everything else stop firing. Did I finish increasing these? 25, 25, 25, I did. I'd love to invest more in those. In fact, I should have been investing in them all this time. We could have some really big bonuses here. Done really poorly with the luck on the shield. I like this kind of thing, where it's increasing damage to everything. anything that's poison will take more shield damage, so I'm going to go with that. Not enough money. Okay, I have a feeling when I click this, this is going to be a dead end as well. And it is, so we're out. Oh. I see mana crystal. Instantly take. Here is a big bad boy. A bit low on funds. I am keeping an eye on the mana. When I start seeing that poison damage get too high, I'll probably stop doing what I'm doing, but it seems to be keeping up. In fact, it's even fallen off. Feeling pretty confident we're going to kill this. Look at it, it hasn't even really entered our kill zone yet. Which it is now. Oh my god. Look at how much burn damage it's got. It's got so much on there that they're starting to overlap. Oh, so when he takes certain amounts of damage, a whole bunch burst out of him, it looks. Look, it's a little bit scary, but I'm pretty confident we have this. Even the simple ballista can put some work in eventually. Alright, we got him. He didn't give us a bloody a treasure chest. Very surprised with how big he was. Meanwhile, everything's going well over here. For some reason, I guess that is the by far the longest lane. Okay, so it was actually level 45. That's the official finish, and we can see our damage break up. So total damage, mortar, Tesla. Poison sprayer was so that is very interesting. Poison actually did more than flame, even though we had all those bonuses to flame. Maybe we don't actually. It says we've got a +3 to poison up here, and then yeah. So the Tesla did do pretty well. The lookout, look how much the lookout contributed. Considering how late we built them. Particle cannons. I kind of expected this. They're not like, you know, full-on damage machines. I mean, we can look at the total damage here, right? But the damage per gold is actually the real indicator here. So the lookout and the Tesla coil are actually, right now, if we were to build more, they are our the highest per gold that we could do. So I'm not going to end here. I am going to keep going into endless mode. And I'm going to maybe build another lookout and a few more Teslas. Question is, where is a good choke point for our Tesla? That is not wrapping all the way around. But it will here. Tesla there. Is that getting there? Yeah, it is. Tesla there. Tesla here. Part of the how well it's doing per gold is also that maybe I just haven't built many of them, so the price is still low. So now that that pricing's up, we'll do one more. Good spots maybe here. Now we're going to get a little bit more coverage on the lookout towers. Do we have any other lookout towers around here? There's one there. I don't think so. There's probably one right next to it and I can't see, but I'm really thinking about having these for increasing the damage these bosses are taking. That is the other thing about the endless mode. Oh, crit steal 10% of the target's current poison damage. That is what we want. So that is going to increase the poison. I would love to invest more into the university. You can see they have started dropping. It's probably after level 45. They're going to lose 1% chance to increase every turn. Oh. Yeah, so it's not going to wait for us anymore. Crits deal an additional 10% of the target's poison damage. Again, that has all these guys that have way amounts of lots of poison on them, but they're getting down here, they're dying with 10,000 poison damage on them. That ain't gonna happen anymore, unless we're not critting. I don't know if we've really invested that much into crits, so I guess that could potentially be happening. There's another good spot to put some stuff. Does that reach? It just reaches both. Yeah, we'll put some more Tesla. And a Tesla there. Still doing okay. Slowly over time, I'll continue to build more particle cannons as long as they're not sending us out of mana. Burning enemies take +1 armor from everything. I like. Be cool if we get the little aeroplane one now. I think that can pretty much hit the whole map. Love to put one or two of those right in the center. We'll see if we get luck though. This isn't a bad spot actually. Kind of double dip. Not really, but kind of. Keeping an eye on that mana. You know what, let's just build a couple more. Working on the assumption that at some point mana is going to become an issue. We've got 16,000 gold right now. So why not? Okay, we could definitely do more flame towers. It's one of our cheaper options right now. What I'm looking for is I'm trying to find a spot where it has poison towers but not flames. And try and keep those even. But I feel like we're mostly paired up. Like there's potentially more poisons here than flames, but I think that's okay. Even here we've got oh yeah, there's flame poison. flame here, no poison, so let's add a poison there. Oops. Mortars gain 25% bleed, shredders gain 15% crit chance. Do I understand how that thing worked? Can they trigger the poison, or does the poison have to crit? I don't remember, but it would be cool if each of these shredders has a 15% chance or higher chance to crit, and they're all triggering the poison. I mean, most of these things, it's a little bit hard to tell, but nothing's getting a high stack of poison, so that could very well be happening. Making sure we got a little bit of everything everywhere. We could put a flame and poison there. And a little slow. And then I am going to just start filling up the middle here with mortars. Again, not because I think mortars super amazing or anything, it's just it's got that big range. It can sort of contribute and help other things kill things. Keeping an eye out for treasure chests on the road. I don't think we have any. No hidden little bosses that we've killed and I haven't noticed. This one, that looks good. Increased bleed per second. Yeah, I'm liking that. Plus 100 bleed per second. I don't think we have anything that is making the bleeds go off particularly fast. Yeah, I'm down with that. So we are continuing to get more gold. It's definitely easy to sort of sit back and just watch the carnage and forget to build things. You gotta keep building as long as you're not running out of mana. You've got to keep building, keep the advantage that you have. Hit everything? It will. That's a massive Tesla spot. Perhaps overly invested. So keeping a little bit of almost a perma-slow on some of these is something I'm aiming to do. So there is our big threat right now. Slow's coming in. See, it's really hard to keep that poison on there after we got that upgrade, so it must be working. As soon as I say that, we get up to like 5 to 10,000 poison on there. But hey, look, it's dropping. It keeps dropping. The fire is a problem again. We got 50,000 burning damage on there that's just not going anywhere. Anyway, this is going to take a long time, but we got no real threat. This thing is going to get taken down, I'm sure. Or is it? Well, or is it indeed? We're kind of past the big choke points. It's only got health left. Ballista are surprisingly good at health as the, you know, the most basic tower. No point putting any more dots on it. This is our test. Fingers crossed we're going to get it. It's just the damage over time's ticking away, ticking away. Got no money left to build additional towers. Sliver of health. God, if a little fellas jump out of this, I'm going to be very upset. Oh my god. Please. The poison's gone. Oh my god, is it going to make it through? Wow, it got through. So, realistically, I could have sold something. I could have built some more towers. I'll be honest, I was really sure we were going to kill that. That was crazy. But, hey, level 50. First time I've played in ages. I got to be happy with that. Yeah, hope that was interesting. If you liked it, chuck a like on the video. Subscribe for more content, blah, blah, blah. Check out the adventures of Boobalion, the Holy Paladin. And yeah, thanks for watching.